Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
My name is Todd Bailey, managing partner here at the Walker Group. Today I'm here with Dan Fortuna. He is one of our system engineers. And today I thought we would talk a little bit about compliance. Over the last several years, we've seen a rise with compliancy and clients needing to become compliant, whether it's NIST, DFARS, high trust, HIPAA, things of that nature. When we think about compliancy, we tend to see that clients are a little bit confused as to what does compliancy really mean. Is it a certification or is it a rubber stamp?
It's certainly not a rubber stamp or a kind of you complete it once and move on. It's something that you're continuously working on and staying within those bounds of compliance.
So that means just because you may have completed, an assessment of some sort with compliance doesn't necessarily mean that tomorrow you're still in compliant, right?
Absolutely, yeah. You need to continue to work on that, and it's a process that you want to keep moving forward and staying within.
What's involved typically when we're talking about compliance? Again, there's a variety of different compliancy regulations and things of that nature, but what's typically the process that a client might go through? Because we've heard from clients that get a letter in the mail and they're, what does this mean? What does it entail? It's very overwhelming. So maybe you can talk about a little bit what that process is.
It'll start off with a assessment, a pre-assessment or an audit in the beginning, where a lot of times it's a questionnaire. We can work with the client and kind of go through those items and help to determine key areas to focus on and remediate, to then, with the goal, of course, of getting those items shored up and being able to achieve compliance.
It's good to know that, it is a journey. You do take the pre-assessment, find the areas that you need to remediate, and put a plan together. So now talking a little bit about how the Walker Group can help, and we're talking about, that plan aspect, how can the Walker Group really kind of make that in a more digestible format?
What we can do is, we can work with those clients that are looking to achieve compliance and help them along the way. Because as you said before, it's certainly a journey and something to continue to work towards. We can help with, many of those steps to achieve, like you mentioned before, NIST, DFARS, PCI, HIPAA, and help starting from the very beginning with the pre-assessment all the way through to remediation.
In most cases, you're not going to achieve compliancy overnight. Oftentimes there is some level of investment that you have to go through to maybe remediate in areas that you weren't already compliant with. So we've seen areas where a client may need to have a centralized logging system, for instance. Some of these investments can be quite pricey. And so when a client is going for compliance, breaking up that journey into bite-sized chunks is a little bit easier. And so I think that in most cases, you really want to make sure that you're tracking and making progress. A lot of cases, it's not so much that you need to be compliant overnight, but you got to show that you're making progress.
Yeah, absolutely.